it's time for our discussion for today. And earlier we introduced Andrew Tando
King of
Adete,
stage play.
King of stage play,
Wow.
and and Kwabena Yeboah, who is head of productions at Roverman Productions. And we all know that theater has been a huge part of, of entertainment here in Ghana for centuries. And I mean, for a while, let's say, no, when COVID came, theater art, stage play and all that had to halt for us to see how best we can handle this whole COVID thing. And then now we are back with stage play. And then you guys keep on giving us back-to-back performances at the National Theatre and then all that. And then it's intriguing and it makes us very inquisitive in finding out everything that goes into theater art, everything that goes into the production of stage play. What are they? So the first topic for discussion today is stages of the productions of stage play.
Okay.
What are, because, I Googled, and when I Googled, some were saying there are 8 stages, some were saying there are 4 stages, some were saying there are 3 stages. It's like a lot of people have diverse opinions about the levels of stages in production when it comes to stage play. Now, you, Kwabena Yeboah, you are the head of productions at Roverman Productions. What would you say are the stages of production when it comes to stage play?
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you said you Googled. A lot of people have different views and different opinions about this. But from where I sit, I think there are 3 stages from what we do. And then you have to treat it like a big project. There are many sub-projects under them to achieve what you see on stage. And so let's say we have the pre-production, the production itself, and then the post-production. And these are the 3 major ones that you have to achieving a good production. So the pre-production will start from when the writer says, okay, I have a script. Okay, then we call for people to come and audition. First come and read. We haven't gone to audition yet. You just come to read for him to hear and say, okay, I think this character should sound like this or not. But even in our own case, when we go for a read-through, and I think Andrew will bear me up, it is not to cast. Sometimes the writer wants to see the impact of the play on us, or maybe there's an issue in the play that needs to be cured. So after the reading, if you've come to see how we dissect Uncle's writing, you'll be shocked. And then people tell him that this story does not work. You didn't write it well. Go back, fix this one. So there's always about 20 people who grill the script before it passes out as a script for us to even begin to read. And there have been times we've rejected 2-3 scripts in a quarter that this does not cut it.
Yes. What Kwabena Yeboah is saying, when Uncle Yeboah used to write on his own, what he would do is that he would write the script and put it somewhere for months and not look at it. Then months later, he would revisit the script with a fresh perspective, fresh ideas, and then he would edit it. And he would do this about 2 or 3 times. Now, we do a play every quarter, so he doesn't have the luxury of doing that.
Yeah.
So he uses us, like he said, as a sounding board and gets about 20 people into the room. We read the script, and then he uses us to short-circuit that process, cut the time down. So he gets the perspectives of different people. Oh, I didn't like this about it. I don't understand this. This doesn't sit well with me. We don't like this script. We like this script. And then, and something amazing about that man is that for every script you see on stage, there are about 2 or 3 that you don't see, that we've never performed. Yes.
Okay.
And the next quarter, you won't see those 2 options, those other options again. He has written a new set for us to pick one. So for every script you've seen, there's at least 1 or 2 that we haven't seen yet, and he hasn't revisited because he always wants to go forward, move forward, and things. So that's actually quite amazing.
Yeah. So he mentioned with the scripting thing that at some point, some of the script it just doesn't cut it.
It doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
So what is your definition, or what would you say is the yardstick into saying that this type of script cuts it or is acceptable?
Okay, I think there must be balance in the sequence of the writing. Okay, so he will actually tell you that, okay, even on a cursory view, when I pick up a script and I know that Act 1 is 15 pages, I'm assuming Act 2 should be 30, and then Act 3 should be 15, to give you a balance on its own. These are just flipping through the pages. You know it's balanced. Then we go into the story itself. There must be consistency. There must be internal consistency with the story. You just don't have to introduce a character just because you want to make a point. Which, do you understand? Which we don't have any trace. It has not been mentioned earlier on. So how did this character magically appear? It's only because you found yourself in a hot soup and you want something to bail yourself. So these are some of the things we look at. And then I think some of the topics. Do you understand? For a very long time, anything political, we'll shut it down.
Okay.
The social stuff.
Yes, anything political, everybody will be like so edgy about it. Nah, this one. So these are some of the things we look at. And again, we've done great plays. Once you've introduced people to a certain level, you can't bring them down. We were somewhere and you brought us champagne. Don't feed us with appetition after the champagne. So once the script comes and we read and everybody feels like, nah, we've done better, that script, trust me, is not seeing the light of day.
So you see, you have scripts like the Unhappy Wives.
Yes.
You've done the Sex Scandal.
Yes.
You've done the Confused Husband. You see, it's like a
Take me to the
pattern.
moon.
Is it what the public
Yeah.
loves? Is what you give them? Or is the time and season you have to sit down, brainstorm, like you said, that you don't do the politics. So what goes into you selecting these, and that has to do with social stuff, marriage, wives, husbands?
Well,
Okay, Andrew, you finished off.
okay. Over the years, we've come to identify certain things that our audience loves. So we try and make those things the excellence, the timeliness, and humor and things like that, and the craziness, the crazy things, X Factor things that we put inside. We know our audience has come to expect these things of us. Now, as far as messaging is concerned, we also know we are in a country that has issues, and our people have issues. So every now and then, I think we owe it to ourselves as creative people to sprinkle some of these things up, not to preach to people, but to bring it up for discussion. You know, like the age-old issues with relationships between men and women, or certain things that happen in politics, or certain mentalities that we carry as a people that does not move us forward, you know, and develop us. So yeah, we get the basics covered, and then we sprinkle something extra that you can leave home and think about and discuss and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so have Ghanaians actually moved away from the old traditional folktale stories, like the Anansis, the Spider-Man, those in the chest of a woman, there was this book about Afia Sutherland Root. Oh, I've forgotten the title. The Marriage of
Anansi.
Good. Have Ghanaians moved from that to be appreciating the social ones? Like, has their interest drifted to that particular side?
No, I don't think it has.
Okay.
It's just that if someone finds the time to do that, I'm sure Ghanaians will be receptive to it over time.
Okay.
But as it stands now, this is exactly what we are doing. It doesn't mean that one has lost its meaning. But even if you look carefully at what we do, I think it's just a refurbishment of what used to be. Now we are doing it in a modern way. So we are still telling the same tales, but this time around we have music, we have modern gadgets, because those traditional ones would have been based on just projection.
Yeah.
So we just come and we talk, hoping that you hear. But now we've bought all these equipments to make sure that, okay, no matter where you are in the theater, you should be able to hear.
Yeah.
So we have just enhanced the local ones that we used to do. We haven't drifted away from it. It's just being told
And
at
also
a different point.
Yes, and to add to that, also, it's not Ghanaians haven't moved away from anything. There are various styles of theater. So if you look at the Marriage of Ananswa, it's a certain style that a certain section of the public appreciates.
Yeah.
When you come to us, you know what to expect, you know, and things like that. So it's like one day you want to listen to Hip Life, Another day you want to listen to some hip hop or some classical music and all that. So it's all in the same family, and you can choose. We are hoping that people will have a rich selection of theater styles that they can appreciate. So, today I want to watch an Ibo White show because we know what to expect from an Ibo White show. Today we want to watch this theater person show because we know what to expect. So Ghanaians will have that richness and those options to explore.
But
But
I mean,
from what
National
you were even
Theatre
saying-
itself, National Theatre itself, I remember last year they came up with a stage play of Anansi, Kweku Anansi's story titled Egigi. I don't know if you heard.
I think I had.
Yeah, and then I think about every 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah.
They do that.
They do it.
They do that.
So it's been happening. And then people troop into what because it's very interesting. The first day I went there to watch it, it was very, very interesting because they've given the story a little bit of twist when it comes to Kweku Anansi. And then it's really beautiful.
But Andrew, I want to find out from what you were saying.
We'll never get enough of it. Yeah.
Is that to say that most of your storylines revolve around fiction or real life situations?
Well, it does revolve. I mean, it has its basis in real life situations. Otherwise, people would not relate to it as much as they do.
Okay.
You know, we've had people after a show walk up to Uncle Ebo and say, how did you know what happens in my bedroom?
Oh, wow.
Right.
Because there have been times when it's actually scary that the story we've told on the stage without knowing any of the people
Highly relatable.
in the audience seems to depict exactly what has happened in exactly the same sequence as someone in the audience. So
Oh no, so much
Yeah.
so to it that we even get the name right.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, it has happened before. So the character's name, everything the character went through from beginning to the end of the play is the exact copy of somebody's life in the audience. And we've never met the person. We didn't include that. We have nothing to do with the person.
I wish Uncle is here so that he can really tell us how he writes his scripts. It would be so nice.
You want
Maybe he has
all the
prophetic,
creative
maybe
There's
yes.
something spiritual about this.
No, it's just
there
that,
could be.
it's just that, like you said, the stories are relatable, and there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah,
The same issues people were going through 20 years, 50 years ago in their relationships is the same thing now. Yes, social media has made certain things worse or better, but it's still the same, you know. So throughout his life, he's also, you know, had a stint in marriage counseling. He's worked in corporate Ghana extensively, and he's also a creative. So all these experiences that he had, and his childhood, you should hear some of his stories from his childhood and the people he met and dealt with. So all these things are what he has with the gift of storytelling. He brings all those experiences to bear and then tells the story. Yeah.
Still speaking on productions, I'm interested in when a script is accepted by everybody. Production, producing, bringing to life on stage the paper that you have, the scripts you have.
All right. So after reading, after casting, then we begin the rehearsals. Okay. So that is when you get to meet the director for the first time. So prior to all of this, you are dealing with the writer.
Right.
So you can quiz the script in any way you want because you have access to the writer.
Yeah.
Once we begin rehearsals, we begin blocking. The writer has vanished. You are now dealing with the director. And so you have any questions about the script, that point is moved.
Yeah,
it's gone. So that's when it starts. So we'll start rehearsals and then we begin to block. And then tell you, okay, this is what the character...
Just blocking, what is the block? Maybe some people
Yeah,
don't know what
blocking, 'cause
blocking
I
is.
Okay,
don't understand.
blocking is when the character appears on stage and says, so if I come and I go to the right, it means I've been directed to go to the right. You
Okay.
understand? So it's not like I just appeared and I felt like, I should go and stand right. No.
Okay.
So that's the term for it,
Please,
blocking.
everything you see us do on stage has been rehearsed
It has been rehearsed.
over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, you talking about blocking, we had Jessica Lani here some time ago, was telling us about the process she goes through, especially going to Nigeria. And she was telling us the experience she had there one time about the blocking incident. She said when she got there, she is from Ghana. She knows you have to tell me the blocking, do this. And we even asked there, said you are supposed to teach me this. But the Nigerians are not like that. You get there with your script, deliver, papa, we go.
Nobody's
film,
there to teach you
yeah. That's a film. Like, that's film. So you saying blocking, that's where my mind went to. So you see, even stage play is even effective than the movie. Not like it's not good, but you get to go through the process of stage production.
Yes.
That's
And
why
under normal circumstances, even in movies, there's supposed to be rehearsals and blocking and choreography. You know. But our industry is such that everything is pressure cooker, and we need to get things done quickly and get things done fast. Under normal circumstances, films should take, a year plus.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's a video we have to play. So let's watch the video.
All right.
It is not every time I snuggle up to you that I want to have sex. Sometimes I just want you to hold me. But as for you, anytime my body touches yours, pew! Kofi, are you okay? Pew! Kofi, let's go and eat. Pew! Have you put in your offering? Pew!
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's not
every time.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yes, you
It's
see.
a lie. Yeah.
Gobi, let's go to church. Gobi, let's go to the market. Gobi, let's go to National Theatre. No, it is not me. It is not me. It is my Kojo Benson. He understands nothing apart from action. I could tap you. Oh my God.
Okay. So that's Kwabena, the pale guy.
Yeah.
And Andrew is there laughing, but I want to come to Andrew first. I mean, you sing and you perform, so sometimes you are doing the whole singing, and your voice is so amazing. That's
Thank
why
you.
Isidua says you are the king of
King of stage.
Thank you very much.
Before you walk us through the process of what we saw, how do you prepare yourself as a stage performer to get into character? Because it's not easy. You are just laughing.
Yes. Everything begins with the script, and also just to chip in, in the 2008 when we started, I wasn't singing as well as I do now.
Okay.
So that has also been a process that I've had to go through. But yes, everything begins with the script. They give you the character you're playing. You interrogate the script and see, the basic things that they teach you. Its relationship to others, why he's there, who he is, those things. You interrogate those things, and once you've done all the academic work, that's when you add what we call the Roverman magic. So, what can you do to make this character something crazy you can add to the character? Then you can give it either an accent, an American accent, or in the case of one play we did, which was The Comeback, I had to rewrite all my lines to be into broken English. Because I was playing a soccer player who had a stint in Europe, and I just come to Ghana, and he wasn't very educated.
Yeah.
So, uncle came and said, Andrew, I want you to destroy the lines.
That's you can
Uncle,
give us
the
a
director.
line in that play. Do you remember?
Your
lines?
Yes. The character was called Jojo Ronaldo. And he, the character was called Jojo Ronaldo, and he liked to give proverbs. Now, the proverbs, he remembers the proverbs in local language.
But to translate it.
So, and he tries to translate it with his limited English vocabulary. So that's how he does. So, anytime he wants to make a point, a statement, he starts with a proverb. Then he'll say something like, which one can I?
When the cow is off.
Okay, yeah, So he says, our elders have said that.
Our
elders. You have not know what is elders? It's the old peoples from before ago. So our elders have said that when a cow is become orphanage, he suck his own breast.
A cow becomes an orphanage.
When a cow is become orphanage, he suck his own breast. So you must to suck your own breast. Because inside this world, nobody have sucked it for you. So when you are feeling a sadness or a loneliness, you must to rise up and suck your own breast. Yeah, that's how we have to do it.
I'm curious about casting though. And in the past years, have you casted any new face, like maybe somebody who doesn't really know much but is passionate about theater?
Absolutely.
All the time. I think every year when we do auditioning and then we bring in new people, Uncle likes to show off. So he wants the world to know the new talents that he's discovered. Of course, there are a few ones that he won't trade for anything, like Andrew, if it's available. So he is a constant, so that's fine. But there are always new people. In fact, if you watched Take Me to the Moon, I think almost half of the cast was new. They've never been to the stage before. Yeah. Yes, it's interesting. I see drama all around here. You people might as well just be on our stage.
Oh yeah.
But you feel like it's not. It begins with confidence and saying, I want to do this.
Okay.
But this quarter, you are going to see new faces.
Okay.
People who've been with us for almost, I think, 2-3 years, and now are going on stage. Last quarter, there was Sam, and I'm sure in quarter 4 you'll see people. So that's what we do. We always blend the old ones and the new
With
ones.
the new
Okay,
ones.
Kwabena,
Yes.
I would like to find out from you, how do you sell your shows? And do you have sponsors? Because, there have been times we hear you say tickets are sold out. When you say tickets are sold out, what do you mean by that? And are they really sold out? Because you give out early bets and more.
I was going to give you a creative answer, but looking at your face, I'll just go straight to the point.
Right.
It would have been ideal if a marketing company would have come to you and said that, oh, this is your show. How many tickets do you have? 15,000. Okay, I've bought all the tickets at a reduced price. Okay, I am going to sell it so that you can take that burden off from you, because it's difficult to do all the creative work and now come back to the secondary one of just marketing it. So what we do is there's no right way. So you just use all the arsenals you have. So we do above the line, we do below the line, traditional media, anything, social new media, we do everything. It actually depends on the amount of money you have in your war chest for that. It would be nice to have enough money to say, okay, I'm on Metro, I'm on all the other stations, and I'm on this radio station, because again, the number of people who haven't come to watch your show is only because they haven't heard it. In 2000, it would have been easier to market a play, because again, there was just like 2 giant radio stations. If you're on it, you can assume everybody has heard.
Right.
But now, there's like a lot of new people. So there are probably a lot of people who haven't heard your show. That's why they haven't come. And so if you have a lot of money, you'll be able to do great marketing. But like you said, we do everything. We do everything some. In fact, in the space of what we do as social media, we even engage certain bloggers to be able to talk about it, because again, you want to tap into their followership.
Right.
Somebody might see that one and come from there. And then there's all this radio, there's some of these interviews that we do, and the jingle, we are hoping that it plays, because again, what I will hear from Joy is not what somebody will hear from Metro. And you want to be able to reach all of it. And in all that, again, Accra boasts of almost 6 million people. We are able to pull in about 12,000. So imagine if we had more.
Yeah.
And we're even doing 1% of just the total population of Accra, which is about 60,000. We'll be talking somewhere, but it's difficult because, again, you only are able to do to the extent of the money you have.
Yeah.
And,
I make money at the end of the day. Are you
to
able
answer
to
your question, yes, when the tickets sell out, they really do sell out. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we sell out. When
Oh yeah,
And
and
when we come back from
the break,
we need to talk about budgets.
the budget
Yes.
and also the fate of the Ghanaian theatre industry in Ghana. Because we always hear about Roverman. I do know about 3 other production houses, but we need more.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
So
we
we look
do.
at the fate of it all.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
after
budgets.
the, yeah.
And I'm
And
also
the-
interested in Roverman's relationship with National Theatre.
Yeah.
That's one too.
You want
So
the
we are
creative answer or the...
So we are going for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You're still watching Entertainment Review on Metro TV.